So I remember when I was a kid, I used to feel very anxious and very overwhelmed pretty easily. I remember every time I would sit in class and get given some sort of homework or get given some schoolwork, I just would absolutely despise it. I didn't see the point of sitting down every day for 6 hours a day to write in a notebook. And so I would naturally, as a kid, I was like the naughty kid because I didn't want to do it. I just self sabotage. I wasn't even trying to be the kid that was like naughty, but I would get in trouble from all of my teachers. And when I would get in trouble, I would feel super anxious. I would feel like, oh, something is wrong with me now. That's how I would take it on. Anytime there was some schoolwork that I didn't do, I would just feel like I don't want to be here. And I would take on this anger for weeks and weeks. My teacher, I wouldn't want to like even look at my teachers that got angry at me a month ago. And throughout this process, I've learned that growing up into an adult now, I feel things very deeply, and I feel the positive aspects of life very deeply, but I also feel the negative very deeply. And so this led to me learning about the body and the mind and the body connection, and specifically the nervous system. And so if you're similar to me and you feel things very deeply and you feel like there is something holding you back from doing what you want, then in this video, I'm going to teach you very specific ways to slowly teach your nervous system and your body to not be afraid. And now I've mentioned about what the specific nervous system is. You can actually go watch that video. I think it's called How Your Nervous System Dictates Your Success, or Your Nervous System is as Good as Your Success. Something like that. I haven't uploaded to YouTube in a while. Go watch that video. I talk more about what it actually is, but this is more of an actionable video. So one thing I want to mention, if you think that you are not afraid, if you think that there is a part of you that, oh, I'm not afraid to start my own business, I'm not afraid to go talk to that person, I'm not afraid to do any of these things, why are you watching this video if you feel like that? If you didn't feel like that, if you weren't afraid, you would just be automatically doing the actions it would take to get to where you want to be. And this was in line with all the YouTubers that I used to watch that used to tell me, you just have to be disciplined. You just have to constantly grind, discipline. And it's like, well, why can't I do that? It's because my nervous system was stuck in fight or flight. This is like genuinely life-changing here. My nervous system was stuck in fight or flight, and I didn't realize why I couldn't actually put in the work because I was unconsciously afraid of feeling judged, of feeling overwhelmed, of feeling anxious. I was constantly afraid of these things. So my body was naturally self-sabotaging with coping mechanisms like junk food, social media scrolling, and pornography. This is all coping mechanisms is it's a fear. It's a fear response. And so the first thing that you have to understand about how to teach your nervous system to not be afraid is your posture. How many times have you walked around in public and seen someone with a hunched over posture? Or especially teenagers now on their phones all day is honestly insane to me. Because if you think about it, let's imagine this is my phone, right? I'm recording with my phone now. Let's imagine this is my phone and I'm sitting here and then I start to look down and my shoulders start to come forward and I start to close off. What is that telling my body? What is that telling my mind when I'm in this position? It's like a fetal position. It's like I'm defeated. This is what it's telling you. This is what the feedback loop, which is what your nervous system is. It's a feedback loop. Every time your posture is poor and you start shallow breathing and you start being closed off, you go into fight or flight. You shut down. Your whole system just goes, nope, I don't want to do anything that is good for me. I'm just going to start to like survive now. And that's not even taking into account how stimulating the phone is as well and how much crap it's feeding you on a day to day. So your posture is the first thing that is going to allow you to really understand how to not be afraid anymore. And this ties into breathing. And now there's a reason why every single religious practice, every single meditative practice says focus on your breath. And so if your posture, if you're in this hunched over position, you can't breathe deeply. And so if you're watching this right now, sit up straight. Posture check. When you're sitting up straight and your shoulders are back and your chest is open and your diaphragm is open, you relax more. You feel more open. You feel more receptive to life. It actually gives you mental clarity. So many people spend literally hours of their day in this fetal position, defeatist mindset, where the head is down and you're looking at the ground. And this also ties into tight fascia and tight muscles. And so if you're sitting there at the gym and you're constantly pushing weight and you're constantly like repping out the same reps because you just want to get big, you're slowly developing emotional tension within your body. And so this is your cue to check in with your body, to be like, what is my body telling me right now? Why am I scared? Do I feel scared? What is it doing? Check in with it. It's not woo-woo, it's just physical, it's understanding your physical nature. And so start stretching, man. Start stretching, start getting on a foam roller. I got one of these tools here. It looks a bit kinky, but it massages the back and gets into all the areas that are painful. And every time I breathe into an area that I feel painful, I'm like, oh, I've just released a part of myself that hasn't served me. I've just released a little bit of fear by doing a particular stretch. You can look up a bunch of things online for that. And so the second thing, after you've addressed the physical side of your body, the second thing is to start to do something, start to rewire your brain and to confront the thing that you're most scared about every single day. Start to do one thing that you're scared to do every single day and start to build the resilience that you need in order to transcend the fear that you might feel, that your body is feeling. It's essentially, if you're not doing this, it's like a muscle, you're not hypertrophying the muscle, it's not getting stronger. So if you're not doing something that slightly scares you every day, like filming a video on YouTube, like talking to that person that you've always wanted to talk to, like asking your boss for a raise, these things that we feel are so scary, it's all just created in the mind. And so start to slowly build resilience to it sounds so stupid and silly, but start to build the resilience you need to stop being afraid and to teach your nervous system, I am okay in this moment. The moment you feel the most resistance, start to talk to it, start to tell it, I am okay. I am safe. You are safe. This stuff all sounds silly, but it's literally, this stuff is in religious texts all over the world and throughout history. It's all related to understanding what the body is telling you. You might have something right now that you're actually putting off. And as I'm speaking, it might be coming to your mind. You might be going, oh, I've been putting off that thing, that one thing I need to do. And so what do you need to tell yourself? What do you need to reaffirm to your nervous system to tell yourself you're safe, regardless of how scary it is? And you can be in this moment. You can be in the place that you feel the most fear, the most resistance, and you can actually be safe. You're not going to die. Your nervous system, your body might feel like it will die, but your brain, your mind, you can start to tell your mind and relax your body. And this comes back to the breath. This comes back to focusing on deep diaphragmatic breathing every single minute of the day, if you can. At least this video might spark that reminder. I need to breathe because it will earn me more money. The only reason something becomes scary is because you forgot that you can breathe deeply. It's like gaining the clarity of, oh, if I'm terrified of something happening and I know I feel resistance towards it, I feel resistance towards judgment and all these things that we're scared of nowadays. If I feel these things, I can teach my body to not be scared by focusing on my breath and breathing into it. And slowly, over the days and over the weeks, train yourself to feel safe when you're the most scared. And that kind of ties into the last point, so I won't really go into the last point too much, but start supplementing magnesium, please. The amount of men and women that I talk to that don't have a good magnesium supplement is honestly insane to me. Like, it is the one supplement that our destroyed soil in all the supermarkets that we have nowadays, and all the soil is compromised. There's literally no nutrients in any of the soil anymore. And so you're not getting the essential minerals in your body to start to just relax more. So get a magnesium supplement, specifically magnesium glycinate. That is it is literally a game changer. Magnesium glycinate, even a zinc supplement, vitamin B1. These specific supplements are really good, but magnesium is the one thing that has really, really been a game changer for me. So I hope this video helped. I hope it made sense. It's kind of a bit all over the place because I'm not used to uploading and talking to the camera, but it's part of my promise to myself. I'm gonna be okay. I can upload videos and I can ramble and talk about whatever I want to talk about, not even edit it, and it'll be okay. So this will be a nice experiment for you to watch along the next few weeks to see how I will be okay and you will be too. So yeah, have an amazing day. See you soon.